everyone. Welcome to the live stream. This is your Sunday evening, Sunday afternoon live stream. Thanks for joining us or watching us later. We do really appreciate it. My sidekick is back in action. Here he is in all his glory. It is Racer Joe. How's it going, mate?
As gloriful as you can be. Good to be back. Yeah, missed you last week. Was doing some other stuff, and you guys had a great show. And but always good to be back.
Cool. It was a good show last week. You did miss a good one. That was I've spent a lot of money, which I will discuss. As you can imagine.
Going in when you say recommended by, that it's going to cost you money. You realize that, right? That's usually the case. Yeah.
So our special guest, returning guest again, is Mr. Mark Morris. How are you, sir?
Hotter than hell. Hotter than hell here, Chris. It's like I'm living in the blazing pits of hell.
And there you go.
There you go.
But other than that, it's great. It's great.
Cool.
Not cool.
Well, no. Yeah. Hot. Thanks everyone for joining us. This week is going to be Highway to Hell. So whatever you make of that is what we're going to do. If you hear fireworks going off by the side of me, I have no idea what's going on in Tenby. I think they had a rock band down there earlier on, and now they're setting off fireworks. So it is the Harbour Spectacular as I speak. And obviously the World Cup final is on while we're doing the live stream. So Joe might be a bit quieter in the live stream tonight in the chat, but I'm sure he won't mind.
No, it's good. I mean, it's awesome when there's a bunch, but we might get more views later than we are currently live, but that's all right. Our good buddy Daryl is out in the forest. I don't know if he's somehow watching it out in the woods somewhere in Northern Ontario, but hopefully. So yeah, go to hell. Mark tells us to go to hell all the time. So that's part of it. And then I think the three of us, the three places that we reside have all been 30 plus over the last 2-3 weeks. You guys were insane in Europe for a while there. Last week here, it got to 35. I went to a football game, throwing the football, not football, kicking the football. Yeah, I know. But I went, my son and I, Riley, and we were on the sunny side. At field level, it was plus 55. The thermometer was pinned at 55, so it might have even been more than that. In the direct sunlight, it was insane. And I don't know if you can see, but Mark's got beads of sweat on his head today as well. So that's part of why we're going to hell today, because we're just all practicing in the weather that we've been in the three locations we are.
Cool. Before we get started, I'll just go around the group. Obviously, Joe wasn't here last week. What have you been up to, mate? How was the shop doing that kind of stuff?
You know what? Shops actually was crazy busy this last week. It helps when you put 1,000 new records out in about the last month or so. But we put out 400 to 500 on Friday, and crazy busy. You know, you and I talk on a daily basis, and like at 7 o'clock, you're like, is there something wrong? Where are you? I opened, I put stuff out, and then we stayed busy through the day. It was great. So you put out new stuff and people come in. We get a great amount of customers. We have a great clientele at the best of times. But like I said, you throw a really nice little collection out, and it just brings that many more people into the door. So it's good. It's good.
Jeopardy's now finished. It is complete, the first season.
It is, yeah. Jeopardy's done. A little, for those that don't know, I kind of messed it up, but I don't think in the grand scheme of things it really messed it up, but it did.
Go to hell, Joe. It really screwed the thing up.
Yeah. So, you know what? Pretty proud of the whole season, though. Got a bunch of my good friends on. We had some fun. We had some trivia. And really, in the end, the way that final works out, it's kind of even. The answer to the final Jeopardy is actually wrong. And for those that haven't seen it, I'll let you go and watch it. It was right at the time that I wrote it, or it was not right at the time I wrote it. Anyway, when I was researching, that was the information that came up. And then I realized later, and it was pointed out to me that, but there's another guy got inducted last year, and that's actually the correct answer. But anyway, bottom line is we had some fun. We played some trivia. and I gave away about $700 to different charities around the world, and that was important. And we got some people's channels noticed and mentioned and talked about. And again, that was the reason why behind the whole thing. And the 3 guys in the final were cool with it. You know, you can't redo it because that's not fair. You got to have it in the moment. So we just left it alone, and that's the way.
Plus, they all had the same answer anyway, right?
They did. They all had the same answer. They all got it right. If they all would have had, if it would have been different answers, it might have even dawned on me, because it didn't even dawn on me till, like I said, till someone mentioned it later and went, well, what about that guy? Oh yeah, right. So anyway, I don't know how many people have watched it, but watch it, and it's still fun, and it's still a great game. Don't let that take away from it, and go back and watch some other stuff. And again, bottom line is support the charities, support the channels out there of the people that played along the way, 2 of which I am hanging out with today. So
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm the biggest loser.
I don't know if that was the case, but it was fun. I think it was fun for me, and I think we all had a lot of fun when we played. You know, I think everybody took it serious to the smallest amount of taking it serious. But then again, we were all there just to have some fun, talk about our channels, and talk about our charities as well. So as Mark said a couple of times, I donated more to his charity than he's donated to his charity, but not quite.
It's true.
Yeah.
Mark, you've been busy the last couple of weeks. I'm going to jump on. I'm going to make it a thread, that video that you did. Do you want to explain to people kind of that video about that?
The anger video?
Yeah.
Oh, I did a video on songs that have helped me get through times of anger and rage. I didn't really want to make it a thread, because once you make it a thread and nobody responds, it's a little humiliating. So I just did it, and I thought, well, if somebody does it, actually somebody has done. Yeah, it's there for the world to enjoy and carry on if they want. If everybody's angry and as rageful as I am, it's a fun little video.
Cool. Cool.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. So it was I was like, yeah, I could do that. Yeah, I could do that. No worries at all.
It was very therapeutic for me.
Yeah. For myself, bought a load of records again. Just can't stop myself. So last week's live stream did cost me a bit of money.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Cam recommended a really good band called Bridget Calls Me Baby. Think of the Smiths, think of Morrissey. They're an American band, believe it or not, but the lead singer sounds like Morrissey.
Yep.
So that was pretty cool. And Christian from the Vinyl Sanctuary, also another good one he'd recommend was Sharp Pins, which is really cool. Guy in his 20s, but it's got like that 60s theme about it. So it's really cool. So yes.
Good. Yeah, and you know what? So it also cost me money, because I've got the three albums on order as well. Only one in stock, so I'll only get to listen to the one, and then we'll see on the other 2 when they come in. But yeah, so there's the trickle down costing of money effect, which is always good. So if you're not watching live or partaking, there's still money to be spent. And you know what? What the hell? It's still cheaper than cocaine.
On that note, let's go to the chat.
Sure, there you go. Yeah, gentleman that was supposed to be with us today, our good friend Trevor. Trevor has some personal issues that he's dealing with. I won't share that. He's okay. Everything, I think, for the most part is okay. But he was supposed to be with us, and never a problem, man. We completely understand, and we hope that you will join us again later. But glad you're here hanging out with us in the chat. And then Twanger's Turntable. Good afternoon for good evening for Chris. Good afternoon.
Oh, another Mark.
Mark. Yeah, that's right. Exactly. So I think it's going so far so good, right?
Yeah, all good. All good.
Yep.
Right. Joe, do you want to explain the kind of theme to this tonight? Kind of what we're kind of doing. I think I'm doing slightly a bit different to what Mark is doing. Kind of what's the plan going forward here?
Well, I think the general consensus is, as I said earlier, our good friend, in jest most of the time, although he probably means it every once in a while, I'm not sure, will tell you and I specifically to go to hell. There's Mark telling us to go to hell. As he is that your car, Mark? I think you got that outside that hot rod.
No, that ain't my car.
That ain't yours. So that's part of the deal. And again, it's been 30 plus here in Saskatchewan, in Tenby, and in Iowa. Iowa, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we know the time difference now too, right, Mark?
Yeah, I know the time difference. Sometimes
Yeah.
I can't remember if you're ahead of me or behind me, or
Yeah.
and I'll forget next time too, I'm sure. But
Oh, and then all you have to do is ask me. But actually, it worked out today because you had me wrong, but you had you right all along. Anyway, it's been crazy hot. So, Highway to Hell is where we're going. Talking about hell, talking about things like that. A little bit of a free for all, have some fun, and we just wanted to have Mark on, really. So we built the afternoon around Mark. So
you're
It's
going to be
all
so
about-
disappointed.
It's all about you, Mark.
it
Isn't
is.
it?
That's right. Yeah.
That really puts the pressure on.
International Mark Day. If anybody doesn't know, he is 64. So okay.
64 years old in April.
Cool. All right, let's kick things off then. We will go to our special guest as usual. It's over to you, Mark. So, okay.
I'm going to start off with Alice Cooper Goes to Hell. Alice Cooper Goes to Hell. This is a concept album where Alice Cooper goes to hell, and it's a little story of visiting hell and then making it home again. I don't think this is a real popular album. There's a song on here that was big on the radio, at least in the States, called "I Never Cry." I always liked the song. I played it for my ex-wife, and she thought it was the dumbest song she'd ever heard. She thought it was like a lounge act. And I'm like, Alice Cooper is not a lounge act. But I've always really liked this album. And this may be the original one. My mother actually bought this for me for Christmas one year when I was a teenager. And I've always loved her for it. But yes, Alice Cooper Goes to Hell. The big song, I Never Cry. I can perform the whole album for you if you like.
Very nice.
Yeah, we got time.
Yeah, we got time. Sure.
Okay.
Here we
that's
go.
when he goes. That's when he turns around and goes, "Chris, go to hell."
Yeah. Yeah, I thought my whole duty was just to tell everybody to go to hell for 2 hours. And then I found out I had to actually show records and stuff.
Yeah, just put you up in the corner. Just every once in a while, yell, "Go to hell, everybody!" So
Trevor likes. He says that cover is from the $1 Billion Babies photo sessions.
Oh, that's awesome! I didn't know that.
So, and Twangler Turntables is saying, I always liked it too. Subtitle. Oh, so
Subtle.
there you go.
A subtle title.
very
Cool.
nice, great album.
Right, good choice, mate.
Thank
Question for you, Mark. Have you ever seen Alice Cooper live?
No.
Okay.
And he's been around a million times, and I love this guy. The first time I didn't see him was in my friend Brian. I was in 7th or 8th grade, and he wanted me to go with him and his dad. His dad scared the hell out of me, and I said no. And it was the dumbest thing I ever did my whole life, because it was in the mid 70s when he was hot, and I've kicked myself. He bought me a program and everything. I think I even lost the program later, but I've always hated myself. This guy's still touring. He was actually in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, not long ago. I just don't go to concerts very often unless they're really small venues. And Alice Cooper doesn't play in really small venues.
I think I sent you a message a few months ago now going back, Mark. He was doing a book signing in Cardiff. And you were like, you have to go. And I was like,
you have to go. Did you go?
No.
Go to hell. Just go to hell, Craig.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, it was work and stuff, and
Yeah.
I've seen Alice Cooper live. He was good. He was Alice Cooper. It's kind of
Yeah, everybody's seen him live except for me. I have some friends who've seen him like 58 times. They have, and he's a real nice guy. They do this little backstage thing, and he's always chatting them up, and they got so many pictures. It's so cool. I should probably do it. He's getting pretty old.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know what though? I saw him a few years ago. It doesn't matter. Age hasn't really caught up to him. Because Alice was Alice looking back in the day. So as far as the age goes, and he's not all over the place. He was never really an all over the place kind of a guy like a David Lee Roth, where they're running all over the place. He's up in front. He's the showman. He's got the amazing band in behind him. And, it's not a lot of video screen and things like that. When it's $1 billion babies, this big baby blows up and breaks out of the bricks and walks across the stage. And then, of course, they cut Alice's head off. They still do all those things. So I think if you were to see him now, I don't know that it would be any different than if you would have seen him 20 years ago. Because
I don't mind seeing him old. I'm just saying I need to see him before he gets any older.
No, definitely.
I would like to meet him and just say, hey, how old are you, Alice? I'm 64 myself. So
64 myself. So I don't know that I've ever heard anybody reference, like, I know a lot of people go, the first time I saw him, I think that's the first time I've heard anyone say, that's the first time I didn't see him. So you're remembering it more as the times you didn't go than the times that you did go. So just make sure you go next time if he comes close. I'll come down and
we'll
we'll go. Yeah.
I have lots of phobias, and then the big arena shows, I always feel very uncomfortable.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair.
So, I tell you what me and Liz usually do, Mark, is I pay a bit extra and I try and get the balcony seating ones. It's kind of like an extra £30, which works about $40. I know that sounds a lot, but then you got the seating, you got your own bar.
That's good. I would have probably invested extra $30 into some prescription Xanax or something like that. That would probably be more useful for me.
Take the edge off. There you go. Perfect.
Right. Okay. We will keep things moving. I really thought you would have seen him live. I got to be honest.
I know. I should have. I really should. I was afraid somebody was going to ask me that someday. And please go to hell, Chris. You did ask.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Mark.
Right. I'll go next, Joe. I'm gonna pick the most obvious one to get over and done with.
Okay.
It might give it away. He's got a poster right behind him, but it's AC/DC, and obviously the one I picked was Highway to Hell. Every time I think of the word hell, Highway to Hell is pretty much it comes up. So this is the Iron Man 2 soundtrack. It's got the greatest hits on it. So I know there's a lot of AC/DC complete discs out there. I will start picking AC/DC albums up when I see them, but when you do see them, they're a bit overpriced for my liking. I don't know if they're first pressings or whatever, but AC/DC, I've seen Brian Johnson live. He was amazing. Yes, so that's the obvious one for me. I know Joe's a bigger fan than I am. But what have you picked, Joe? Have you gone for the same kind of angle that I did?
Well, I'm gonna start off with this one. Oh wait, never mind. Never mind.
Did you have that pick too?
I did, yeah, and I actually had it first as well. So because why not? Goes to Hell for sure. But yeah, great album, and Alice is one of my favorites. And
yes, me too.
I mean, we've talked about it. So, but I am now going to talk about an Australian band that talks a lot about hell, but it's not AC/DC. It's AC/DC's heir apparent, let's call it Airborne. I'm going to take this out of the sleeve. So they are, and I think fully admitted that they are, I mean, AC/DC was a huge influence on these guys, obviously coming out of Australia, but they've got that blues, heavy rock and sound, great guitars, all that stuff, tongue-in-cheek lyrics as well. There's the center, there's the gatefold. So see, that's why you got to, that's why the rule of show the gatefold. I mean, not that that's that interesting, but it's kind of cool. Had a chance to see these guys, I think once, maybe twice. I think just once for right now. They opened up for Motley Crue, and they were very good. And yeah, they're not an AC/DC cover band, as some will say, because they don't play AC/DC songs. They play their own. They are proteges of, or whatever, something like that. I mean, but again, as I've said before, if I could sound like AC/DC, I would sound like AC/DC and I would play in a band, right? I mean, it's just the way it is. And there's lots of bands that are, I'll just put that away later. There's lots of bands that are similar to other bands. That's the way it works. There was the first band, and then everybody else was an offshoot of that in some way, shape, or form, sometimes further of an offshoot. But I really like these guys. Again, good. I think new album coming out soon. This one's going back a little ways. This is from 2016. So they've been around for a while. Of course, Breaking Out of Hell is on here, but they also like to talk a little bit about Hell. Breaking Out of Hell is on here. I thought there was 2 Hell songs on this one, but I can't remember exactly. But good stuff. So I think if you're an AC/DC fan, you've probably already heard of Airborne. But if you are an AC/DC fan or that heavier, bluesy, not metal type of rock and roll, and you haven't heard of Airborne, go and give them a listen. Like I said, I think they're about 4 or 5 albums in already. So
would you say their vocals are anywhere similar to like Brian Johnson or Bon Scott, or is it a different?
No. I mean, again, they're not ripping them off. It's more of again, an homage. So I think if anything, he's probably a little more Bon Scott than Brian. Brian's got just that little bit of a deeper, growlier, I think,
right,
voice, right, than Bon did. But yeah, it's just good.
I've never heard him.
Yeah, and if you hear one, kind of like AC/DC, and I don't have a problem with that because I love it all. If you hear one, they don't branch out a whole bunch. If you hear a song, you like it, you're going to hear a different bit of iteration of that same song. But again, it's worked for AC/DC back to 1974, so they must be doing something right. And I'm going to see AC/DC in 75 hours. No, it's a little longer than that. Actually, August 9th. Last time, probably. I said that 3 years ago when I saw them in California, but last time. So I'm going to go enjoy it. There's another band I'm going to talk about in a bit that's opening for them that I'm really looking forward to as well. So they're just my favorite. They're just one of my favorites. They're definitely in the top 3, and most of the time they fall into that first 1 or 2. So AC/DC that is, but Airborne's awesome too. Okay, done.
Yeah. So Twangler's saying you're definitely closer to Scott. I agree.
Yeah, I think so. Again, Brian and Bon had, I mean, they both had their distinct sound that fit within the rest of the band. But yeah, a little more Bon sounding than Brian. So
I've seen Airborne in record shops before, but I didn't know kind of what kind of music they were playing, because if you
cover didn't give it away for you, Chris.
Okay. I thought you're looking at like,
that's where you tell me to go to hell.
Yeah, it's coming. I thought they were like a heavy metal kind of band, or maybe a death metal, because that cover looks, it's on the same kind of picture scene as like an Iron Maiden. That makes sense. It's got that cartoon kind of, it's not Eddie obviously, but it's kind of that kind of effect, which always looks cool. I always love artwork that does that. It's really cool.
Yeah. So. And I guess it depends what you consider AC/DC, because again, and I'm not going to say that they sound like them. I'm going to say they sound like them. I'm not going to say they're ripping them off, because again, if I could sound like AC/DC and make music, I would make music like AC/DC. So, but yeah, not metal, but just good bluesy hard rock and roll, I think. So
cool.
Yeah,
I'll have to give it a stream, and it's costing me money already. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Mark, Go to Hell. Back over to you.
Oh man, it's already my turn. I'm going with Satan Is Watching.
Okay.
It's a band called Those Poor Bastards. Gothic country is what they call themselves. Very frightening stuff. Not a band that I would recommend for everybody, but if you like really dark, depressing, kind of scary stuff, Satan Is Watching is a good album. Anything by Those Poor Bastards actually would work. I saw them this is a band I did see live. They opened for Hank III, the grandson of Hank Williams Sr., and I went to see him. And they opened, and I'm like, holy smokes, these guys are really good. And so I have a bunch of their records now, but there's a lot of scary songs on here. This World is Evil is what this one starts with, but it also has songs like Swallowed by Sin, I Will Bring You Dead Flowers. They do a version of I Walk the Line. Very gothic, dark, low. I don't know if I'd say lo-fi, but it sounds lo-fi. They do it on purpose, but it's a real. Sometimes it's hard to listen to even for me. So you have to really be in the mood for it. And if you are in the mood for it, you should probably seek some kind of help because you're probably in a really terrible place. But I love that band, Those Poor Bastards, and I pull that out. I pull out a Poor Bastards album every now and again just because I love them so much. And it's the people who like them really love them. I always get at least one response or say, "Oh, I love the Poor Bastards." I was getting a tattoo once, and they had a Poor Bastards song playing on the overhead music, and I said, "This is Those Poor Bastards," and the tattoo artist became so excited that I knew who they were, and she gave me a big discount and everything. And people who love them really love them, but most people not a fan. But I love them.
Was that on colored vinyl? Please say it was on Red Blood.
They usually do colored vinyl. This one, unfortunately. Oh, it's sort of. It's
That's cool.
Yeah. I spilled some wine on it. Is what happened here. But no, they usually do. Their records are usually colored vinyl. So
Here, let's do this. So there's who Mark is talking about. Actually, I went to the wrong place there. So Songs of Depression, Hellfire Hymns. I love that already.
It's good.
The Plague, Gospel Haunted, Behold the Abyss. So that's awesome. That sounds.
Yeah, I have. If I don't have it on vinyl, I have it on CD. They're really good.
Good. Very nice.
Cool.
I will check that out.
Oh, I wouldn't, Joe. I'm worried about you.
Well, you know what? Fine. Go to hell, Mark.
Perfect.
So
Perfect.
Same, you're intriguing, Mark, new to me. So there you go.
Yeah. Mark might like him, or Twanger might like him. But it's not. It's hard, but it's hard like weird country stuff.
Okay.
So like
you got me intrigued.
Yeah,
I'm intrigued
exactly.
now. Like if it's country goth, then I'm gonna have to listen to this.
Yeah. Yeah. Be sure and stream it first. Don't go out and buy anything.
Yeah. What's Joe? What's my favorite word? And I decide to buy a load of stuff at the same time. It's kind of like it begins with an F and ends with a T.
Yeah. Fuck it. Whatever.
That's one word.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, it is one word. Yeah, that's right. Sometimes
Yeah.
for sure.
So obviously Trevor's gonna check it out now because he has to. It's kind of Oh,
I think that sounds right up Trevor's alley. Actually,
Yeah.
a little bit, right? Or at least walking into the alley, if nothing else. So
Cool. Brilliant. Right. I think it's my turn next. Just a quick one. Has anybody seen Steve Carlson's video from this morning?
I have not.
Okay, go and watch it.
Yeah.
I might have made an appearance. That's all I'm saying. Okay.
All right.
You'll see my face and go, "Oh, go to hell! I'm not watching that." Right, talking about going to hell. How about a Motley Crue? So obviously the one I picked on here is going to be. Sorry, I got my glasses on. Shout at the Devil.
Mm.
I know Joe loves this gatefold.
Yeah. Caricature Motley Crue. Why not? Right.
So, yeah. I'm always very careful when I open this up because records just keep flying out of this.
Yeah,
It's kinda,
exactly.
it's one of them. Mark, it won't come to any surprise that is the greatest hits. But yeah, I bought this. I want to say I bought this kind of lockdown time.
Yeah.
They brought this out on. Sorry, guys, I should have shown you this. What's this on? Oh, it's just on black vinyl. Nothing exciting. No. I thought it was on red vinyl. I don't know why. I think because I got a lot of red vinyl in my collection for some reason. But the one you showed, Mark, I really like that pressing, mate. It looks really cool. Really, really cool.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So,
I didn't actually make it, but I did buy it.
There you go. That's perfect.
you're halfway there.
Yeah, exactly. That counts, man. That counts for sure.
Right. Okay. What's Trevor saying here? I too will check them out. There you go then. So yeah, absolutely.
Those poor bastards.
Cool. All right. Over to Joe now in Canada. Where you going, mate?
Yeah. You know, I forgot. Hold on a second. I forgot to do this.
Yes.
I was going to do that earlier. I forgot, and then they were sitting there. They actually flash too. You can see them. These were worn proudly the last time that I saw AC/DC in California, and I'm going to take them again because I don't give a shit if I look stupid because, you know, me and 30,000 other people look stupid all at the same time with the horns on. So it doesn't really matter. And the batteries have held out, so they're still working. All right. Speaking of seeing someone live, I got to see one of my other favorites. I talk about AC/DC being one of my favorites. One of my other favorites is a little bit in the other direction, kind of, and it's Steve Earle. Not so much on this album because this album kicks ass. This is his rock album, but it was him just acoustic on the guitar, telling stories right from the start. Played the first couple of songs that he ever wrote. Then he went through Guitar Town and he went through Exito. Then he talked about this album, and then he went to the next album. Played my favorite Steve Earle song, which is great. I got to hear the one that you always got that one you want to hear for sure that you're never quite sure they're going to play, but he did. But really, really, really good. 71 years old now, not slowing down. He's writing a musical. Do you guys remember the movie Tender Mercies with Robert Duvall?
Yes.
Kind of an Asian country guy. So Steve is adapting that for a Broadway musical.
Dear God, that's crazy.
Yeah, so that'll be interesting. But man, I remember when this album came out, Devil's Right Hand, if I need to find something about the devil on here. And that's always a great story that he tells as well about that song. But you know, he talked about the trials and tribulations of trying to get this made. He talked to Irving Azoff and said, you know, I want to be on your new label. And it's like, yeah, but we're more rock and roll. Steve goes, okay, I'll write a rock and roll album. And he wrote that, which is borderline, whatever you want to call it. I don't know if it definitely falls into any specific genre other than it's just great music, but I really love that. And it's going to be a quick twofer. I'll make this one quick because over the last little while, that collection that I talked about that we bought at the store, a bunch of stuff came in and I wasn't crazy familiar with. And I found out before Steve talked about it, and then he talked a little bit about it on Thursday night as well. It's a band called The Bible, and I thought that might fit if we're talking about heaven, hell, the devil, all that stuff, that The Bible might fit as well. UK band from the early, well, it was around the time of Copperhead Road. So let's see, 1988, yeah, when this came out. I would compare them a little bit to kind of Dream Academy, maybe a little bit of Tears for Fears as well, that type of a style. But anyway, Steve Earle produced this album. They had written and recorded about half of it with some other dudes. They didn't like it at all. And I'm not sure exactly how they hooked up with Steve Earle, but they did along the way. It's good. Give it a listen. But again, it's weird because to say that Steve Earle produced it and it doesn't have that flavor, whatever you want to call Steve's flavor, I guess. It doesn't have that, but it's just very good. I had a chance to listen to it. So that's the kind of stuff that comes up in these collections is, what is that? Never heard of the Bible ever before. And then come to see that it's produced by one of my favorite guys and then hear him talk about it live a couple of nights ago as well. So they only have 2 albums. They disbanded a long time ago. They tried to get back together and do some stuff, but that never happened. But The Bible is the band. That's their second one, Eureka. They had another that I haven't heard other than I streamed a little bit and it was very similar, but it was cool to see Steve's influence on it. Although to say Copperhead Road and them in the same breath, it doesn't equate, but it's still good stuff. So give them a bit of a stream, and they're probably easy to find out there. If I got it for $8, UK is probably going to be £5, maybe. In the States, maybe it's going to be $5-6 to find it. It was critically acclaimed, so there's a bunch of them out there. Okay. So it's not that hard to find, which will usually up the price a little bit. But hey, look, it's Adrian. Say hi, everybody, to Adrian.
Hey, Adrian, you okay?
There we go.
Hey, mate.
Good day. At least Adrian always says hi to all of us. Right? So that's good.
Hey, Joe. I'm sure you have, but what's it called? The Last of the Hardcore Troubadours or something like that. There's a song on there. If I would have thought of it, I would have pulled it out. But called The Unrepentant.
Yep.
Does that song come to mind? That's a perfect song for this. It's one of my favorite Steve Earle songs. You just don't never hear it, but about him, he's going to hell anyway, and so he's like, if I'm going to go to hell, I'm going to kick the hell out of the devil. You know, I'm going to kill the devil. Somebody has to do it. Might as well be me. It is such a cool song. I love that song. Yeah. And as soon as you mentioned Steve Earle, that song popped into mind.
He is, like I said, just one of my favorites. And I don't know if you could play me a bad Steve Earle song. Just the writing, the whole 9 yards. And then when he does tributes to other guys, like, of course, obviously, Townes Van Zandt was a big, massive, huge influence on him. He did that whole album as a tribute to him, but just good stuff. So in the flavor of today, The Devil's Right Hand, which is a great song as well. Just one of those storyteller guys, right? So.
Absolutely. Yeah, 100%.
You reminded me of some other things I should have pulled suddenly, but.
Yeah, that happens too. We could start these and then just go for a couple of hours.
I didn't pull any Nick Cave, and there's so many Nick Caves I should have.
Yeah, Red Right Hand, right?
Right.
In Calgary back in '89. That probably would have been on that tour, I would imagine. Maybe the Hard Way tour, but yeah, I don't know if Steve remembers much of that tour as well. That was pretty much the heroin days. But we got some great music out of it. He's been clean and sober for 31 years, which is cool. He talked about a lot of the bad part, and he's talked a lot about of the good part as well. So it was good. Very good.
Cool. Okay. Who's goes back to Mark, is it?
It's Mark.
Yeah, okay.
That's right.
It's back to me, Chris. Don't try to skip over me.
Sorry, mate. Sorry.
Go to hell, Mark. Go to hell.
This isn't the one I was going to show right now, but when Joe pulled out Bible, I thought of this. Jesus Christ Superstar. I don't know if you've heard this thing. Really big when I was growing up. I know every song on here. I can sing every song on here. I love this rock opera, but there's a song on here called Damned for All Time. It's where Judas sells out Jesus, and the song about, please don't say I'm damned for all time. He just wants to get Jesus under control, and but he doesn't want to be damned for all time. And it's a great song, Damned for All Time. Of course, Ian Gillan plays Jesus, or does Jesus' voice on there.
There you go.
So,
yeah.
Yes. So Mark knows where it's at. I've never met a Mark that wasn't really cool.
That's right. Neither have I, actually. And that was one of Lloyd. That's Andrew Lloyd Webber, isn't it? And
right. Andrew Lloyd Webber did the music, and Rice was the guy who did the lyrics.
Rice, yeah. Yeah, those two have done a bit together.
Yes. But people are always surprised. I actually have two versions of this in my collection, but this is about as close to Christianity as I get right here. It's awesome.
There's the box set version of that, right? Where there's the whole book and things like that. I don't know if that means the two versions or if you've got like a Broadway cast.
I just have two different pressings. Okay. My friend Colby gave me one, and I was like, I was like, you had this? I was just, yeah, she had it, but she didn't like it. So I
Yeah.
said, yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah, it's good to throw on every once in a while. I mean, it's definitely and it sounds very good as well. It's one of those albums.
I listen to it at least once every year, at least once.
Oh, there you go. Perfect.
Yeah, Liz is a. I have told her before. She's in the National Orchestra of Wales. She plays on the woodwind, and if she was on now, Mark, you'd probably have a conversation for the next hour just on that album.
I was surprised that my brother brought it home. You know, the big one was Jesus Christ Superstar was really big in the 70s when I was growing up. And I was just so surprised because I always thought my brother was really cool, and he came home with Jesus Christ Superstar, and I'm like, Jesus. And I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you buying this stuff? You're losing some cred, man. And then I heard it, and I'm like, I was obsessed with it, and it's so cool. I grew up Catholic, and I was in Catholic school, and I was around. The nuns were going to see it and stuff. The nuns even liked it.
There you
And
go.
nuns don't like anything,
And nuns don't like anything.
particularly me. The nuns hated me.
It probably doesn't help when you tell them to go to hell.
Yeah.
You didn't dare tell the nuns to go to hell. They'd send you there.
Take that ruler and just
They were exactly. I never got the ruler treatment, but I got other things, man.
Yeah. Yep. Fun. You had here, hold on. Here, you had this is a good one. You had cooler nuns than I did, Mark. So
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, my mom, the most devout Catholic I've ever met. Man, she had some terrible stories about nuns. She told me a story when she was 14 where she hated this nun so much that she pulled back her fist to punch her, and all her friends grabbed her. My mom's a really sweet, lovely person, and she'd be terrified that I'm telling that story. But she had a problem. She grew up in Catholic school too, so you would think she would have spared me, but she didn't.
my favorite nun's still Sally Field, but you know, what are you gonna do?
Mark,
Chris
she
is
probably
right.
she,
Who the hell
Mark,
is he talking about? He doesn't know the flying. Yeah, the flying nun, man. You're not old
Okay.
enough. You're just a
Right.
kid. Yeah.
Good. So, I didn't go to Catholic school, so I just went to school now and again.
I did too. My Catholic school was short lived.
Cool.
I was excommunicated pretty early on.
You are out of here.
Yeah. There's
They told me to
there's-
go to hell, and I was
there's
in
quite a
public
few
school.
there's quite a few survivors in the chat tonight as well. Can
There it
tell
is.
the stories. There you go.
I tell everybody I might not have anything in common with somebody, but if I find out they were raised Catholic, I immediately feel a connection because there's this weird Catholic experience that everybody went through, and it's really hard to talk about with anybody else. And you know, those priests have a really bad reputation,
Yeah.
and there's usually a good reason for that.
If anybody's just tuning in, we're talking about nuns and priests, right? Okay.
Yeah.
We're talking
There's a lot
about
of priests
Highway
in
to
hell,
Hell.
I'll tell you that.
Okay. Right. Talking about Highway to Hell. I'm going to show some glam rock now.
Perfect.
Yes.
I love it.
So here we go. British band. It's The Darkness. And this album is called One Way Ticket to Hell and Back.
That's like Alice Cooper goes to hell.
That's right.
He comes back.
So there's the band. The big one on here was One Way Ticket, obviously, to Hell and Back. So yeah, and I love the way when they do this. I always like the artwork that The Darkness usually do, kind of quirky, kind of funny, kind of stuff going on.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Real quick. Is darkness? Is that something that's now, or is this? I've never heard of darkness. I've seen you show that cover before.
So
On trains.
the Darkness came out. I'm trying to work out when this came out. So you're probably looking early 2000s. So this
Okay.
is their second album. This came out in 2005. So Permission to Land would have come out around about 2001, 2002. They sang the song, I Believe in a Thing Called Love.
Ah.
Yeah.
When you said glam, I always think I automatically go to the 1970s. So I wasn't sure which period you were talking about.
And it came on this cool pressing. So there you
Oh,
go.
there you go.
They had a new one out 2-3 years ago now as well. Like they're still current and they're still putting out. They're still playing, Mark. So yeah.
I bet I would like the Darkness. Or do they just
Pick
go
up
with Darkness? Or the Darkness?
The
Yeah.
Darkness. Pick up their first album. It's really good. I think you'd enjoy that one.
Not the one with the train on it.
Yeah, it's good. But I if you were asking me where to start, I go Permission to Land.
Permission to Land.
There's a lot of
Permission
hits
to
on
Land.
there. So you've got I Believe a Thing Called Love. It's Really Grown on Me, which is about testicle warts growing on him when he can't get it off his hair.
Yep.
It's kind of a comedy, you know what I mean? It's kind of, yeah, you're really growing on me. I can't get you on my hair everywhere I go. I can't seem to knock you off. It's kind of it's a kind of a quirky band. Yeah, so yeah, and Justin Hawkins has got a really good YouTube channel.
was
I
just
will
gonna
say that.
Yeah.
I will
I
say
just
that.
actually watched Justin Hawkins earlier today about Blue Dot Fever, but yeah. So Mark, go and check out Justin. His channel's great. He reviews and talks about a lot of other bands, and then he just kind of goes on a rant every once in a while. He's a different dude, but it's good. It's a really good channel for sure. So
I already forgot his name. Justin what?
Justin
Hawkins.
Hawkins.
I think it's called. I think Justin Hawkins runs again or rolls again or rides again. Rides again. Okay.
Awesome.
We got there in the end. There you go. Rides
Yeah, you
again.
got it there. Yeah, and then the drummer in the band is Roger Taylor's son.
Yes.
So, not that really means anything, but Roger Taylor from Queen and his son is the drummer. They were a big part of. I don't know if you watched the Taylor Hawkins tribute, because they were a big part of that as well. They were in they did a lot of different things. Justin sang with a couple of different bands back in how long ago is that now, Chris? That's 5 years ago, isn't it? Ish.
It's got to be, mate. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got to be. Yeah, The Darkness are a really good band. It's kind of comedy, glam rock kind of music. The last album they brought out was called Dreams on Toast.
Yeah.
To Sex. Hang on. Which looks like this. So that's Roger Taylor's son with the blonde hair. And that's Frankie. I've met Frankie. I took a piss next to Frankie.
Yeah,
he zipped up, shook my hand, and I went,
I'm never gonna wash this hand ever again.
True story. True story.
That's awesome.
It was in Brixton Academy, one of the smallest venues in London. You could taste the sweat as you walk in. It's one of them, you know. You'd enjoy it, Mark.
Yeah, I think so.
I actually like to taste the sweat stuff better than the arena stuff where you're drowning in it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, that's the Darkness feel. So yeah, check it out. Permission to
I
Land.
will.
I'd start
I
with.
will.
It's a good band.
If I were you, I would have ordered it by now. I thought about it, but I'm trying to control myself.
The problem is I've got it. So what you're saying is you want me to order it for you? Okay, I'll see what I can do. Okay, I get it.
Nice.
So we got one or two comments here, Joe.
Yeah.
Twang the turntable, I think.
Let's see. Let's go with there you go. Let's go with that. My school was hell. Actually explains a lot. No need to elaborate. Fair enough. That's fair. And then this one as well. As long as one comes back, right? I remember them promoting that album on Letterman. That album you were just talking about. This, of course, when we talk about the comments, we've already talked for another 5 or 10 minutes, but we eventually get to the comments. So I don't remember them being on Letterman, but Dave probably would have enjoyed. Dave had some great taste. Dave was a massive Foo Fighter fan and Eddie Vedder fan, but Paul Schaefer did a really great job of bringing some different bands onto that show. He doesn't get a lot of credit for that, but he was obviously the musical director and would have been the guy booking the bands. And he did a really good job of some obscure stuff every once in a while. So it was good.
And obviously Christopher Walken, when he introduced the Foo Fighters, because Dave asked, do you remember this story when they said, how do you pronounce the Foo Fighters? And he went, I made sure he said Foo, then Fighters. Go, Foo Fighters.
Exactly. Yeah, he put the emphasis on the wrong part, but that's all right, though. I'm going to see them, too, this summer. So I know, cool. Shut up, Joe. But, yeah, it's going to be good, I think. I hope. Yeah, it'll be good.
Who's the support act in that one, Joe?
Queens of the Stone Age. So,
mate.
Yeah. So that'll be good. And then there's a couple others who I shouldn't not remember. I just don't remember them. But yeah, Queens before and then Foo Fighters at our stadium here. So should be a good rockin' outdoor middle of September stadium show. Should be very good. So I'm already ready for Dave Grohl to tell me to fuck off, actually. He doesn't even tell you to go to hell. He just tells you to. Anyway.
I can't see him doing that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I watched the Queen's Stone Age in Cardiff Castle, and they were absolutely tremendous.
Yeah,
you said that. Brilliant, honest mate.
Right
Brilliant.
On. That's good.
He's a bit of a dick, but you know.
Josh. Yeah, he is. Unfortunately, he just did a set, or he's got a couple of songs. I think he's on one of the new Shania Twain songs. He sings with her, and then she was playing with Harry Styles on that gig he did for like 11 nights or whatever. Wembley or O2, and then Shania went and did some other stuff and he joined her. But yeah, I think he's on a track on the new album that's coming out, Little Miss Twain. So I haven't heard it. I think it's out there. I think you could probably stream it somewhere along the line, but I don't know how that'll be. That'll be interesting. Josh has a interesting voice. We'll put it that way. So,
yeah.
And I'm hoping, I doubt it, but you never know, that Dave will come out and play the song that Dave plays with Queens of the Stone Age. I'm not sure if Dave will come out, play the drums, but that'd be kind of cool if that happens. We'll see.
Go with the flow.
Yeah. So I'm not holding my breath that will happen, but that will be going in. It'd be kind of cool if that happens, right? You never know. You never know.
I used to watch the Shania Twain videos with the sound turned off. Just beautiful videos.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Man, you make me feel like a woman. Oh my God. Great song with the sound turned off.
So it really impressed you then, Mark?
I used to date Stevie Nicks.
Oh, mate. Joe, sorry, mate. I got to say this, right? So I put a short up this week. I bought Stevie Nicks on Rhino this week. It got delivered, And I just put it up as a short. Mark puts underneath, I knew it back in the days to date her, that kind of stuff. Another story for another time. But yeah, enjoyed that. I hope you enjoy it. I was like, what the hell is going on?
Wait, what?
I was only 15.
Yeah, I was like...
It was a big deal for me.
I had to grab my glasses and make sure, is that Mark?
Yeah, exactly. What the?
If I can't think of any other type of comment, I just put a lie in there. That's why I'm going to hell.
That's exactly right. One time I saw Queens was during the first record, 800 cap room in Detroit.
Nice.
And Trevor, that would have been interesting. That would have been a sweaty show probably. Twanger's got to head out. Thank you, sir. Always appreciate you coming by. Thanks
so much. Mark. I love you.
There you go. Come and see us again. The young guy that opened up for Steve Earle the other night, quick story. He comes out and goes, my name is Josh Crosby. And everybody went, oh, and you guys probably know my dad. And everybody goes, yay. And he goes, yeah, he's the best home builder in Boise, Idaho, or something like that. His dad's name was David, but that, you didn't need to know anything else. But so I thought that was pretty good. He was very good too. He's got a band, but I can't remember the name. Again, singer-songwriter, good stuff. Exactly what I expected it to be. It was very good. So you talked about glam, and then Mark was confused by not 70s glam. So I'm going to show 70s glam, and I'm going to show The Sweet and Hellraiser. Yes. Because that is the epitome somewhat of 70s glam for sure. This is a great album. Desolation Boulevard is probably in my top 5 albums of all time. I just love that album. The North American version, which is a little different than the original because it's got some different tracks on it. But this one's great. This has Little Willie on it. Great song. Wigwam Bam. Some interesting stuff back in the day, but and then Hellraiser's on here, Blockbuster, just great stuff that isn't on Desolation Boulevard. So if you are kind of looking for a best of, if you get this and you get that, you're good. There's some other stuff. Love Is Like Oxygen is on 2 or 3 after, I can't remember, but good stuff. Great 70s glam, stomp your feet, have some fun stuff. Not written by them, I think. There's Chin and Chapman. If you are familiar with Chin and Chapman, they wrote a lot of stuff. I think they wrote Oh Mickey for Tony Basil. They wrote a whole bunch of stuff. Just look up Chin and Chapman, and the list of the songs that they wrote is a lot of glam and stuff like that. But it's just really good. And this is a great album because, again, it's not really a compilation, but it's got all the stuff that you would want from Sweet, short of Love Is Like Oxygen, or was that 10cc? Who am I thinking of? Is Love Is Like Oxygen? Is that Sweet, or which one am I thinking of? Mark, you're of that.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah, that's okay. Neither do I. You know,
you senile old man.
You can just go to hell. Anyway, I'll look it up later. But
are you thinking I'm Not in Love by 10cc?
No, okay. So 10cc was I'm Not in Love. Love Is Like Oxygen. That was Sweet, but it wasn't glammy stuff.
Oh,
go to hell, man. It's your turn. So you
talk. Awesome. The Sweet, one of my first. I always my musical taste came. I came from a big family, and all my brothers were stuck up in this room, this attic room, and it was like a barracks. All these beds in a line. And then I had 2 sisters downstairs. There wasn't enough beds. So my little brother and I, we had to sleep on there's a couch and a love seat, and we would trade off who got the couch. But I would listen to my brother's music. I'd hear them playing their records upstairs, and then I'd hear the radio music my sisters played, and that Little Willie song. Yeah. I was obsessed with it, and I would sit by the radio and listen, waiting for that song to come on. The Sweet memories for me. Often confused with 10cc. So Neil Young, Time Fades Away. I think Neil Young himself hates this album. It's never really represented very well. Yeah. But there's a song on here that I love called Sinner Man. Is that the name? Yonder Stands the Sinner. And I don't know if you're familiar with this album, but it's a real raw live album. The reason Neil Young hates it so much is it was just mixed terribly, but it is still one of my favorite. This is one of the first albums. It was in 3 records I bought when I started buying records. But Yonder Stands the Sinner is kind of a weird, kind of a funny, strange song for Neil Young to do. I would encourage you to listen to it after this, just to hear what a weird, kind of silly song it is. But it jumped into mind when we were talking about hell. I was thinking about sin and sinners and stuff. And Neil Young, Time Fades Away. Yonder Stands a Sinner. He does kind of a funny voice in there. It's an odd Neil Young song.
Very nice.
I haven't got any Neil Young in my collection.
Yeah, weren't you and I talking about him the other day? I think we were,
I think
right?
So yeah.
He's got so many different offshoots. Like that's a guy where he really did try some different stuff. Obviously, Trans and Freedom were completely different than Harvest and things like that. And then that album and the stuff with Crazy Horse and the stuff he does with Jack White now. And yeah, it's always good. It's definitely.
It's not always good, but it's interesting. Oh, yeah. It's always interesting. There's so many things I haven't picked up yet that didn't quite hit, but he's always going where his interests are. And I'm always interested in what Neil Young is interested in. Sometimes it doesn't land very great with me, but when Trans came out, I hated that album. I hated it. Now I really like it. It's just like a lot of his albums are like, I did not like them at first, but eventually I came to love them. Another one that I hated at first was "This Note's for You,"
Yeah.
where he had like horns and stuff in the song. Hated it. Really love it now.
Yeah. That, well, even Neil Young and the Shocking Pinks, that album, and then the one
I
you're talking
hated that
about.
album. I love it now.
Yeah.
And then there's another one about, what is it? The one where he's walking down that country road. You know what I'm talking about?
No, not off the top.
Old Times or something like that. Hated it. Love it now. Eventually, I come around to liking just about everything, except for Landing on Water. I haven't come around to liking that.
Yeah, those are his. I'm pissed off at my record label. I'm going to make these albums, and well, I don't, because I don't care, right?
Gavin sued him for that. He thought he was doing it on purpose.
Yeah,
I think it got brought up on the Canadian special.
maybe. Yeah, it could have been.
I think it was Curtis.
Yeah, it certainly could have been, for sure.
Yeah, he's doing his top 4 Rushmore albums, I think, or something like that. I don't know why that just came into my mind, but I can't remember what Liz had just said to me, but I can remember what we did on the live stream.
What we talked about 3 weeks ago. Yeah, well, that's good. That's, as long as it comes back every once in a while, that's all we're shooting for at this time, right?
One thing I'll say: anybody who wants to be a Neil Young completist, God bless you. I don't know who can do it. This guy puts out like 50 things a week, and it is tough. There's so much I want to get, but it's just so overwhelming.
Well, as Richard comes in, greetings from Buffalo, New York. There's Buffalo Springfield as well, right?
He was at the MGK Boston party that I didn't go to again this year.
It was actually
the first time I didn't see Alice Cooper. The first party I didn't go to. Anyway, sorry, Chris, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I was watching Brian Embryonic Robot today. It was good to see Brian actually taking some video clips, because he usually doesn't. But yeah, it's they seem like to have a good time.
They always seem to have a good time, and every year I'm like, I'm going to really try to make it next year, and then it comes around, I'm like, there's no way I can do it. Mostly money problems.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Richard probably wouldn't mind me saying this, but if you add it all up, kind of how much it's going to cost to get from your house.
That's the thing. If I made it there, I wouldn't be able to buy any records. Is the problem? If I saved up and used all my credit cards and stuff, I could fly there. I could get there, but then I wouldn't be able to eat, except they serve maybe. But
do you know, Mark? Do you know what would be cheaper for you is to grab a flight from Iowa, okay, and meet me up in Joe's in September.
Yeah, I would love to do that. Here's the thing, though. I hate to travel, and I am terrified. I'm not a little fear of flying guy. I am terrified. I can't even, when I lived in Des Moines, Iowa, that's where the international airport is in Iowa. People were always wanting me to pick them up and take them to the airport because, I lived in town. Just watching the planes land, it would give me such extreme anxiety. I couldn't get out of there fast enough. I can't imagine walking into one of those metal death traps in the air. It's just like there's tons of metal, and I'm like, there's no way that should be up there in the air. There's no way tons of metal should be up in the air. But
I'm quite.
I will FaceTime you.
We'll get you that. Like Big Bang Theory, right? Where Sheldon just had his head on the iPad. We'll get you one of them deals, and we'll do that. So
I would have to be put it'd take more than Xanax. It would take more than that. Yeah. Let's just say that.
Yeah, I'll just get him pissed, pick him up, chuck him on the thing. Going, how did I get you?
You give me some fentanyl. You give me some fentanyl and get a nurse to administer it to me, just to the point I don't die. I'll do it.
I'm where? I'm in Regina. I'm where? What the hell are you talking? Where am I? What?
Just some hardcore opiates. That's all I'm asking for.
That's all it takes.
Yeah. So you could just drive up, Mark.
Yeah.
I would rather do that.
Yeah, he's gonna say.
But then I'd have to go through Minneapolis. I won't drive in Minneapolis.
There's Ring Road. You can get around Minneapolis. You'll be all right.
Maybe.
Anyway.
Right. I tried, Joe. I tried.
You did try. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you did. Hey, you know what, Mark? If you don't want to come see me, go to hell.
I will take that gladly.
Okay. Yeah.
So, Richard's saying here, David, Brian, Emma, Mike took loads of videos. I didn't take a single photo. Yes,
Yeah.
This trip was a bit, well, I can imagine, Rich.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and Adrian's saying, get doped up. Cool. Right, okay. I think I'm up next. So,
You are.
okay. Canadian band. And we're going to go with Sum 41, and we're going to go with The Hell Song, which is track number 2. Can't get more blunt than that one. It's The Hell Song. So, what did you do? So, there you go. Probably Mark hasn't got any Sum 41 in his collection, I should imagine. Not your kind of dig.
I don't have them, but not because they're not my kind of dig. I just never heard of them.
Okay, fair enough. Right, okay. That's fair enough, mate. Right, okay, so we were talking earlier on, Mark, about your video. I think I'm gonna try and do it Monday or Tuesday. So either tomorrow or Tuesday, I'll try and get it up, and I'll tag some of my British VCs on it, and let's try and get it up and running for you.
That'd be awesome. It'd be an international event then.
Yeah, we could be angry around across the pond, mate.
Yes. Yes.
Being as we've got a new prime minister coming in on Monday.
Yeah, well, it'll be a different one by next week anyway, so it doesn't really matter, does it? So.
Fuck's sake. It's like we've
Is
had
it a
more
good prime minister?
Same shit, different day, mate. They're all fucking corrupt.
Okay. Yeah, you're not going to get on any argument out of me from that. They can all go to hell in my book.
So, yeah. Yeah, Joe, it shows Sum 41 Hell Song. So
Yeah, I saw kind of as I walked away and had made your screen full screen so people didn't watch me go take a whiz. Not that they would have fully seen me take a whiz, but anyway, I can't make it through 2 hours. I'm an old man. I'm not 64, but I'm an old man.
there you
So,
go.
Yeah. All right. I am going to go with, we don't talk about these guys. Well, we don't. They are talked about a lot on in the VC, but we don't talk about them a lot because I'm not a massive fan, but I don't mind as I show you who I'm talking about, that being the Grateful Dead. This being the most accessible Grateful Dead out there, probably, unless you go all the way back. But In the Dark, good album. Touch of Grey on here. Look, there's the boys there. Not, unfortunately, many of them left, but what was it? Oh, hell in a bucket, right? We're all going to hell, but we might as well go hell in, not in a handbasket, hell in a bucket for these guys. But again, we don't talk a lot, or I don't talk a lot about the Grateful Dead because I don't dislike them, but I don't listen to them on a regular basis. One of their shows back in the day might have been interesting, probably with the right hallucinogenics and or some form
They
of
are. I can guarantee.
Yeah, you saw, I can't remember who you saw them and then a couple of other openers.
I saw them, Bob Dylan, and Tom Petty.
Right.
And
yeah.
believe me, maybe this is where my arena fear came from, but I was on a lot of different hallucinogens at the time.
You were, yeah. Yeah. So, well.
Back in the 80s. Don't do it now, kids.
Yeah, that's
Joe,
right. Don't do drugs.
Joe, just a quick one for you, mate. Are you a big fan of them?
No, that's the thing. I mean, I don't dislike some of the original stuff, Truckin', things like that. That's good. I like this. This is probably the most accessible if you are not a Grateful Dead fan to listen to. And it's cool, good album. But as far as just the jam stuff, that just doesn't do anything for me. It doesn't do anything for me. I appreciate it. I understand it, but it doesn't do anything for me myself. So
I've got a Grateful Dead album.
Yeah. Okay.
It's,
And that's where we're leaving that conversation. So
it's the greatest hits.
yeah.
Oh,
So,
that's
Mark,
a good one.
So, Mark, I mean, Mark, you're obviously, of the three of us, you're probably the bigger of the fans. Either that or you just went to the show. But
I have lots of Grateful Dead albums. I'm trying to think of American Beauty's really good. I think that's probably more accessible than even In the Dark. But I have In the Dark on CD, but most of the Grateful Dead stuff I have on vinyl.
yeah.
But it is definitely they're talented. They're really talented. They're not rock and roll though, and that they have that bluegrass influence, and their vocals, everything about them is very. There's like a soothing, kind of cool feel about them. I really like. It's hard to explain, but my mom's maiden name was Weir, and I have an uncle. Well, I had an uncle named Bob Weir, and I'd go around and telling everybody, "Yeah, Bob Weir's my uncle."
Yeah.
And they said, "Really?" I said, "Yeah, honest to God, he's my uncle." And I would never tell them that it was a different Bob Weir.
Did they ask you, can you have him just sign this? You just take it to your uncle. Do me a favor, can you just sign this for me a minute?
No, they always said, "I bet you took a lot of acid."
I think acquired taste for sure. But those that love them, right? Follow them around.
Yeah, I was never one of those Deadhead people. I had friends that definitely were. When I went to see him, it's probably the last arena show I went to, and it was in the 80s. So that tells you what it did to me. But when I saw him with Dylan and Tom Petty, first of all, it was a terrible show. Just because you couldn't hear anything. But the Grateful Dead sounded really good. It was in the Metrodome in Minneapolis, and they'd never had a concert there before, so they weren't sure of the acoustics. Terrible acoustics. But the Dead sounded really good because that reverb just kind of helped them out. But by the time Dylan came out and he starts belting out those songs, you couldn't figure out I had to read in the paper the next day what Dylan did. But I understood every single Grateful Dead song. But that might have been the handful of mushrooms and the fistful of acid I'd taken before.
Yeah. So when Record Store Day comes up, are you interested in what's getting released from the Grateful Dead, or are you kind of like, whatever?
Me?
Yeah.
No. I'm a great fan. I'm not a great fan, but I like listening to them every now and then. If I hear them, I'm not going to turn it off.
Yeah.
That song, what was the Touch of Grey, the one on that album that was so big? That was their first song that ever made the charts, ever. And they've been around for decades.
Yeah.
I saw them just before Jerry Garcia went into a coma and died.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that Touch of Grey, I mean, the video helped, right? It was MTV time and the Bones playing and stuff like that. So
I love that song, though. My favorite song is... never mind. I can't remember it. It's the one about the fountain not made by the hands of man.
See, that sounds exactly like a Grateful Dead song. It's the one I can't remember. Never mind. That could be a song on a Grateful Dead album, couldn't it? Maybe. So.
No, but I like them. I'm not my oldest brother Gary loved them, and he was always trying to get me into them. And I never got way into them, but enough to where I enjoy listening to them. They don't irritate me like some music.
There you go. Richard doesn't need any Grateful Dead in his collection. Grateful Dead's greatest hits is boxed in a bong. There you go, Trevor. Nice. And this one's for you, Trevor. I assume that you probably saw it, but hey, Trevor, your name came up several times this weekend, so you were missed. And you ain't lying. He is your uncle. That's supposed to say Mark, but that's kind of like that kid. That's kind of like the kid I saw the other night. His dad is David Crosby. It's a David Crosby. It's not the David Crosby, but it's a David Crosby. That counts. So, right. All right, yes. Mr. Mann, what do you got for us?
Okay. So I was running quite short on Hell songs. being as we're talking about Highway, I thought that we could go here. So Joe's a big fan of this band. It's an American band, country band, Joe.
Nice.
It's Zach Brown Band.
Very nice.
And this one is Highway 20 Ride, which is a brilliant song. It's really good. I know Daryl curses me every time I show this because he really wants this. But I think in the UK at the moment, the cheapest pressing of this greatest hits is going for over £500.
Yeah.
So
Holy
you're
moly.
looking about 700 Canadian dollars, maybe 550 to 600 American dollars there, Mark. But obviously the first song I ever heard was Chicken Fried.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
what's this about? What were they talking about? But it's got some crackers on here. I've said to Joe before, I will say it again, they're not as good as they used to be.
Yeah.
Quite disappointed with the last couple of albums. They've had one or two hits over here. But yeah, I like Zach and the band. They're pretty cool. So if you can get this, I sent a message to Joe and Daryl. Actually, I didn't realize this. Back in my parents' house, I was opening one of the drawers, and I found the actual CD that came inside the greatest hits. So it's got the greatest hits on CD. Guess what, people? Hi, I've got a CD player. So
I
I've
just
never
bought
played it.
I just bought one so I could listen to some CDs.
There's a hint.
Hey Chris, is that the band where I said you're too young to be listening to this music?
I think it was it the band?
The band, yeah, versus
think it-
that. Yeah, I think
No,
that-
no, it wasn't the band because I know that. You were talking about a country band and you said I love this song and I went to listen to it and I'm like it's a great song but it was about taking cocaine and all this stuff and it was such a 70s song and I said you are way too young to listen to this music and you wrote never too young for the classics or something like that. You know what I'm talking about?
I remember the comment. but
It
I can't
wasn't
remember
that
what the
band,
fuck it
though, huh?
was.
It wasn't
Uh,
Zach Brown.
Oh no, it wasn't Zach Brown. They probably come out late 90s, 2000s. I'd say, Joe, that time.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm
Around
trying.
that.
That's gonna drive me nuts. I'll come back.
You
to
said
that,
it was a
Mark.
great song, so I went to listen. Yeah, I think you and I were talking one time, and you said it's so hard to get through videos because you're always pausing it to go listen to the songs people talk about. That's what I was doing on that video, and I'm like, oh, this sounds interesting. And it really was a good song, but I can't. They were talking about cocaine and maybe Marlboros being on the table. And I
I
can't.
don't know.
Right, I'm gonna have to watch. Was
Yeah.
it from last month? Was it from last month? Do you know?
I don't know. Well,
Okay.
you're talking to the wrong guy.
I would like to point out the fact that I did not bring up cocaine this time. That was Mark.
Yeah.
I'm just saying as all.
Go on,
When I
Joe.
went to see the Grateful Dead, I did not take any cocaine.
I have only done that once, and it was a long, long time ago, and that was enough. So there you go.
Yeah, never really been for the uppers. More
Yeah.
for the Xanax and Valium
Yeah, acid was always
and
fun.
opioids.
Yeah, exactly. Chris, you're just not going to join in on the drug taking conversation here.
I just
No-
hope that God, my
no
daughter
comment.
doesn't watch this.
Yeah,
No
yeah.
comment.
No comment. Yeah, that's fair. That's all right. So you look that up, and I'll talk.
Yeah, I'm looking.
How's that sound? All right, let's do that. Okay, so I'm going to talk about a band. Chris and I've talked about these guys a lot. I'm trying to get to a point where I don't talk about the same stuff over and over, but it just fits this time. And Chris sent me a note. Hey, these guys are coming to play here, and they were just here being at a big country festival that we have called Country Thunder, and are from Regina, and they are a band called the Dead South. And this album is Good Company, and the song is In Hell, I'll Be in Good Company. Great song, bluegrass, but they do some interesting covers. They throw that bluegrass sound at some interesting covers, but this is really good. That's a very accessible song. You could also listen to anything else off this album. I think they're on album number 4, maybe number 5. They've got a new one coming out in the next little bit. But In Hell, I'll be in good company. The lyrics are interesting. And if you watch a little bit of it, you will be able to see some of Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada in the background, because they shot half of it here and half of it in Toronto, the Big Smoke, the city that everybody knows in Canada, that being Toronto, along with Vancouver and Montreal. But good stuff out of Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada, the Dead South. This is, I think, their 3rd album of 4 or 5. I should know more. I should know all these things right off the top of my head, but I'm getting old and forgetful. I do know that I like them, and they are fantastic live if you get a chance to see them. There's a really good, about an hour-long set of them playing at Red Rocks. So if you're one that likes to watch concerts on YouTube, there's a great set of them playing at Red Rocks. Go and watch that on the old YouTubes. Are you going to scroll through every one of your videos? What are you doing?
It's doing my head in, because I remember the comment he left, but for the life of me, sorry,
I
Mark.
don't even think it was last month. I think it was in the last couple of weeks. But I'm slow at comments, so maybe it was last month.
It might have been a video from last month, but last week the comment was made or something along the lines of that, right? So
it was country.
It was definitely country.
But how many countries do you listen to? Not that much.
That's why I thought it was interesting, because it was and it's a real country sounding song. I mean, classic country sounding song, but by a modern artist. And you said this song is incredible, and that's why I went to listen to it.
Yeah, so that's Peter McCullough.
That's
McCulkin.
it. That's it.
Yeah. So he's talking about he wakes up in a girl's room who's half his age, and there's cocaine on the table.
Yes.
And yes, I got it now. I got it. I got it. Yes. Okay. It is a brilliant album. I love it. It's brilliant. What did you think, Mark? He's gonna go to hell. It was shit.
I love the song. That's the only thing I listen to, though. I just listened to that song. I'm like, wow, that's a really good song. I'm a little surprised that Chris likes it, and that he relates to it somehow. I could see me relating to it, but I was a little surprised, because I'm like, man, he's too young to be experiencing that kind of stuff. But
you don't know my history.
I guess I don't, and I guess I'm a little concerned. Maybe you should be listening to those poor bastards.
He doesn't tell a lot of stories of times on the cruise ships. So I bet there's some good ones on.
He won't. I've asked him. He says I have to meet him in person before I get to hear those stories.
Yeah, I'm just looking to see if Liz is online.
What happens on the high seas stays on the high seas.
Yeah. So yeah, it is. Parker McCullum, his name is, and it's just a fantastic song. There's a few good tracks on there, but if I was going to recommend kind of one song on there, I think it's called Solid Country Gold.
That's it.
That's him right there. So
because that Solid Country Gold was like one of those K-Tel records you'd see in the 70s and stuff. Awesome.
Yeah, he's won quite a few country awards as well. I discovered him through Apple Music. There it is, Joe. That's the one.
That one there?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. He's good. He's good. He's a new artist to me. But I had to order that from eBay from America. Quite heavy on the shipping side on that one. I think it might have cost me more on shipping than it did for the actual record. I think it was a Walmart exclusive. It was like a blue kind of color, I believe. So yeah, good. I do like country. I will show some country in a minute. I think Joe knows where I'm going with this, but there is some country in here. I'm very picky when it comes to country.
Me too.
I'm not. My first introduction to country music, believe it or not, was from my grandfather. And we've discussed this before, and you're going to go, my dad listened to that, is Mr. Gene Autry.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. All the way back. No, not all the way back, but pretty darn close. So
Yeah.
I'm an outlaw country kind of a guy. Obviously, I talk about Steve Earle being one of my favorites.
Steve Earle.
I'm not exactly sure where he fits
Do,
in
do
there.
you ever listen to Hank 3?
Yeah, definitely. Like, there's some
I've seen him a couple times. I'll go to see him, but he always plays small venues. But man, those things are violent. I love them.
Yeah. Chris Stapleton, there's another example. I mean, if it's good, it's good, I think, right? There's a lot of I want to be a rock and roll star, but I'm going to throw a fiddle in there so that I get a little bit of play. There's a lot of that going on. But there's some fantastic, like Keith Urban is one of the best guitar players that there are. He's a country guy. You just have to listen to hear, and you have to go see him live. So there's lots of crap too. But
Is that
I
the
never
one
liked
who's-
Keith Urban, but I'm in love with his wife. Is he still married to Nicole Kidman?
no, he's
No.
not. He's
She's available.
He's
I have a
screwed that up.
chance.
He's available. Yeah, that's right.
I love her. I think she's the hottest woman in the world, man.
He's got a new album coming out, and John Mayer is on one of the tracks.
Yeah.
So he's just playing guitar though. It's no John's not singing. You could hear it's John on the guitar, but it's yeah.
It came out, unless you're thinking of a different one, there was one that just came out last week, and it's all 70s gold. It's like Summer Breeze. It's his take on Summer Breeze.
Yes.
And that, you're right. And John's on there. Little Big Town sings a song with them. So it's all that kind of that easy listening, we'll call it yacht-ish rock or whatever.
Yeah.
It's his interpretations of. And yeah, there's some guest artists, and it's pretty decent. We brought, someone asked me to bring it in. We got it in, I think, last week. So. There's let's see, here we go. Trevor's talking about only time I saw Hank 3 was when he was part of Superjoint Ritual.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hank,
forever, right? I love you.
and there's Waylon
Nobody
Stewart.
talks about Superjoint Ritual. Never. I've never heard anybody mention him.
Waylon's kid too, right? Like there's that next generation, or third generation, because there's Hank Senior, Junior, and then the third.
Yeah.
Like I said, Waylon's kid. There's some really good alt country as well. I know I keep doing this. I hate when I fucking do that. I shouldn't do that. But there's some really, really good. There's a lot of crap though. Like not crap. There's a lot of stuff. I hate that. That's the other thing I hate is you can't say music is crap. There's a lot of stuff that I don't like. That doesn't mean that it's crap.
There's a lot of crap out there.
There is a lot of crap out there, but still, I don't like to.
There's a lot of new country crap out there.
Yeah.
Talking about new country crap, but I'm a big fan of this guy. And he had a massive hit with a bar song, Tipsy. I'm going to pronounce this completely wrong. Shabuzi.
Yep, Shabuzi. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of his. I got to be honest. But to get the vinyl is just ridiculous. Even on Amazon, it's just.
There's so much crossover these days too. Like Jelly Roll is considered a country artist, but I hear him more on a rock station that I happen to listen to in my van because I only have AM FM in my van. There's another guy. What the hell's his name? The young dude. That doesn't narrow it down. Anyway, yeah, there's a lot of crossover where again they front themselves as a country guy, but then they want to be a little bit of rock and roll as well, which is fine. It's like, you know what, just make it good. If it's good, it's good. So that's okay.
And you've got other artists like Post Malone coming over from rap pop now into country.
Exactly.
I like Posty. I think he's quite funny. I just don't know what he's a bit quirky.
He's out there. Hardy was one of the guys I was thinking of, but Hardy wrote songs for this other guy. It's not Mac Miller. I can't friggin' remember. Anyway,
Highway to Hell.
Yeah, Highway to Hell. I think it's Mark's turn. Yeah, it is because I did Dead South was the last one that I did.
I decided to pull this thing out. This is Hank 3 Straight to Hell. This is probably his best album. Straight to Hell. Hank 3, the grandson of Hank Williams Sr. I liked Hank Williams Sr. I was never a big fan. I was never a fan at all of Hank Jr. Never liked any of that stuff. But somebody mentioned Hank 3, and I said, "Oh my God, another relative cashing in on Hank Williams' name. This guy is so good. Hank 3, Straight to Hell. This is the double album, but really, unless you're into Super Joint Ritual, the second album is not going to be interesting to most people, but it is so good. This is the album that got me really into Hank 3. Like I say, I don't like to go to concerts. I'm very uncomfortable, but he played in Iowa a couple times in Des Moines at a place called the Val Air Ballroom, and a small venue, but just that's where I was introduced to Those Poor Bastards, and just an incredible show. And I was up front both times, and just an experience you'll never forget. Just the people he draws are very rambunctious, I guess.
That's fair.
Just he has a song called Punch, Fight, Fornicate, but he doesn't say fornicate. But when that happens, people start punching each other and stuff, and it's an experience.
Yeah. So,
It's an experience.
so is that the same as Marry, Kill, Fornicate or whatever, right? I think that's the same. That's his take on that. So
Maybe.
yeah.
Maybe, but it's a really good album. Explicit lyrics. Don't make the mistake I made. I saw it at Walmart on CD, and I picked it up and I took it home. And they censor all the songs that have cuss words in it. I was never madder in my whole life. I was so mad. I was so mad, but it's really a good album. This is his best by far. Most of his stuff is not as accessible as this, but even that second album, you have to be pretty hardcore to like that second album or the second record in this. But that first one is great. Every song is just a winner. Thrown Out of the Bar, Country Heroes. There's a song called Lowdown. Pills I Took. That was actually written by Those Poor Bastards. I didn't know that until I saw him in concert, and he mentioned that during the show. Just some smoking wine. If I were to have you listen to one, it would be Crazed Country Rebel. Listen to Crazed Country Rebel, and you'll get a good flavor of what Hank 3 is all about. But if you like outlaw country, you're not going to get much better.
Yeah.
Hank 3.
This got discussed last week on the live stream, and I keep saying this is not me being big-headed at all, but I've got to go back and watch the live stream because I feel like sometimes I've missed something that somebody has said. And I was like, it just cost me 3 albums. So Mark, I will go back and watch this because
I would buy Hank 3 Straight to Hell before I'd buy any Those Poor Bastards. It is just really good. It's really good.
Okay, cool. How's the chat doing, Joe?
Good. Richard should be Crabtree versus Country, and it's Morgan Wallen. That's the guy I was trying to think of.
Okay.
And Richard saying, I've never heard of Super Joint Ritual. So there you go. Now we're going to cost you some money, Richard. That's
Probably not. Stream Super Joint Ritual before you buy them.
Before you buy them, don't just go and buy
Not everybody's going to like Super Joint Ritual. I've seen him do that stuff too, and it's super cool. It's super cool, but it's not going to be everybody's taste at all.
Yeah.
He actually works some Beatles stuff into that, so it's pretty interesting.
Cool. That's good.
Right. Okay. I believe it's my turn.
It is your turn. Yes.
So Joe mentioned this country artist. There's a lot of country in my collection, so I don't know what's going on here. One of the greatest country voices, I think, ever. He's kind of recent. It's Mr. Chris Stapleton.
Yeah.
He's absolutely amazing. I will show the inside. It's just lyrics. But the one on here is called The Fire. So if you're in hell, prepare for a lot of fire. All right, you're not going to be cold there. Let's put it that way. This is a fantastic album from start to finish. There's no fillers on this one for me. Mark, if I was going to recommend a song to you, I'd probably go with White Horse or Higher. White Horse is amazing, isn't it, Joe?
Yeah.
I think he's going to agree with me on this one.
I'm familiar with Chris Stapleton, so I'm not sure if I'm familiar with that song, but yeah.
And he did an amazing Super Bowl national anthem a few years ago, I believe. Everybody thinks this is going to be on kind of an orange splatter or something. I think they completely screwed this up. It's on green.
Oh man,
that's all right. So.
Oh man.
But yeah, I've listened to this. This is probably the most country album I've ever listened to. It's Chris Stapleton.
You ever listen to Johnny Cash?
Yes.
Patsy Cline.
Bits of Johnny.
I love Johnny Cash.
Chris is an amazing guitar player as well. Like I saw him a few years ago. Actually, Steve Earle and him on the same night. So I was good for a while after seeing those two. But yeah, phenomenal guitar player. That's a great album, obviously.
You want to listen to some good country guitar? Roy Clark, Glenn Campbell.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I love Glenn.
Awesome stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry, Chris, you were going to say about that album?
I would travel to see this guy live.
Yeah.
It's one of them kind of bucket lists for me. Me and Liz was actually sitting down the other day, and like, you know, I said to you a couple of weeks ago, Joe, I've got no concerts coming up at all. But if he was going to go to London or Ireland or Edinburgh, which they usually do, I said, me and Liz agreed, yeah, we'd make a weekend of it and kind of just go wherever he is and do it from there. Yeah. He's just, I just love Chris Stapleton. The music, the guitar, you know, he's not screaming, he's not shouting. It's very the same pitch all the way through, and the voice is just amazing. So
yeah, it's just well written. Again, well played as well. It's just good. Yeah, I'm a big fan. So. All right, my turn. I am going to change gears completely from country because I am going to go with Reverend Run and Company and go with a little Run DMC and Raising Hell.
Nice.
Great album. It's got Walk This Way on it, which you know is the mainstream Run DMC. But I am a fan. Tricky is on here as well. It's just good stuff. It's that early rap at that point, not necessarily hip hop. Just good. Again, a little bit of rock and roll thrown in there as well, obviously with them and Aerosmith, but it's Tricky is also, so it again, if you're looking for, you know, for those that go, oh, I don't want to listen to any rap whatsoever, listen to these guys, because these guys are great. These guys, Beastie Boys, there's lots of good stuff. There's not a lot that I listen to personally, but I definitely listen to Run DMC. Raising Hell, the title track, really, really good. These guys are just innovators and the kind of the godfathers of, right? There's the Sugar Hill Gang, which was out there. There's these guys, you know, there's NWA, Wu-Tang Clan. There's a lot of classic rap artists, but these guys probably the godfathers, I think. I think that's safe to say. And again, that's coming from a guy that doesn't listen to a lot of it, but I really do enjoy this album. And it's not because of Walk This Way. It's not the Aerosmith aspect of it. That was kind of cool. That helped bring Aerosmith back into the fold a little bit, and it helped break Run DMC through a little bit more to maybe some people that weren't necessarily listening to him. But I think it's great. And, you know, it's just good. And it's Raising Hell, because that's what we're here to do, is raise a little bit of hell. That's another song. You've got that song on an album that you just bought in the last little while, too. Maybe we're getting to that. Raise a little hell. We'll see. Chris is looking at me like, what the hell are you talking about, Joe? Anyway, I got to pee. So, you know.
Mark.
Yeah, Mark's turn. That's what happens when you have these big, stupid Stanley mugs that are bigger than they should be.
There you go, Mark.
Here's an album. I don't mention this one very often, but it's Alice Cooper's Welcome to My Nightmare.
Yep.
I started thinking about songs that might get you into hell. And there's a song on here called Cold Ethel. And it's all about necrophilia,
Oh,
about
really?
having sex with dead people, about a dead old woman named Ethel. And I was thinking that would probably get you into hell. And so Alice Cooper, Cold Ethel, the lyric that really exemplifies the song is, she's cool in bed. She ought to be because Ethel's dead.
Right.
So necrophilia and going to hell. I would assume that would get you into hell. Maybe that would just get a little extra time in purgatory. But I'm assuming that you would go to hell. And I like to
yes.
mention Alice Cooper whenever I can. I think he was touring in Iowa when this came out. And I think my friend Brian Ferguson asked me to go to the show with him and his father. And I said, no way. So that's why I'm going to hell.
Yes, that is enough of a reason. If there is a hell, the fact that you turned down going to an Alice Cooper concert is
in the 1970s.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
It would have been my first concert too.
We still
Man, can you imagine?
No.
No.
But I was so afraid of his dad. His dad was scary.
Alice
His dad hated me.
Yeah, that's no good. That's no good.
Okay. I think it's my turn.
It is. You are up, sir. Yes.
Okay. So, how about some America?
Nice.
Ooh, when I think of hell, I think of America.
No comment.
No comment needed. Everybody knows what I'm talking about.
No comment.
So, Ventura Highway. Don't know if anybody knows that song.
Oh, everybody knows that song.
There's
Ventura
the-
Highway.
Yep.
There's the
It
gatefold.
mentions Joe in that song a couple times.
So, by the way, America have got a new album out.
Yeah. Nice.
Well, two of them have.
I was going to say they're touring, but they're not. Never mind. Deep Purple and Kansas are touring. But anyway,
Yeah.
never mind. I digress.
So this is the 50th anniversary collection. If I'm being perfectly honest, right, I only bought this song for A Horse with No Name because I love that song, right? But since I've listened to this quite a few times, actually, I just love the music. I love the voice. I kind of love the melodies. I just like it a lot. So
America's one of those groups that all you need is the greatest hits. It's I really like them too, but
I did stream their new album. You know what Instagram's like and Facebook? You get so many adverts on there, right? And I think for me is where I pick up most of my albums going, I'll send a message to Joe going, hey, Joe, have you heard of these before?
Yeah.
That situation. But I do like them a lot. It's a great collection. Here we are. Look, it's got it's a 2 LP disc. It's got 4 sides. So there's quite a few tracks on this one, as you can see. But yeah, I streamed 1 or 2 songs off their new album. Sounds good. Sounds like America. That's the only way I can put that. It's America. So you try and search on eBay when you just type America vinyl. There's different stuff that comes up. They'll just say that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But yes, so a bit of America.
Right.
And that one was Ventura Highway. So there you go.
I'm trying to think of what part of Ventura Highway. Is there a part that references hell or something?
I'd have to go into the lyrics. Fuck. What side are we on? Side 1. Hang on.
Please
Let me
hold.
try it.
Discuss
Yeah.
amongst yourself. I like Sister Golden Hair, personally.
I love Sister Golden.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I got so damn depressed.
Yeah, that's right.
Side 1. Side 2. No, sorry. It gives like a rough kind of. I was trying to go through the tracks then, and it's just saying who made the fucking tracks, and I don't give a shit. Just give me
Well,
the lyrics.
we were going with the fact that it was either Hell and or Highway, I think is where he was going with.
Yeah, I know,
Oh,
but I was
okay.
trying to find the lyrics for it to see if it meant anything.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
It's-
No,
Highway.
I understand. I was trying to think of what part of Ventura Highway mentioned hell or anything to do with hell, and I couldn't come up with anything. But highway, I definitely understand.
Well, I think Ventura's California, right? If I remember correctly. And if you've ever driven on a highway in California, it is hell. Like if you've ever been on the 10 or the 5 or any of those, it's hell.
I
So
used
there
to
you go.
live in San Lorenzo, California, which is nobody knows where that is, but it's close to. It's like 40 minutes away from San Francisco,
Yeah.
and going into San Francisco always gave me a lot of anxiety.
There you go. I don't know the answer to that. If anybody is original anymore, we'd have to.
I
look
just
that
assumed they were all dead.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure. So, all right. Me, I suppose, eh? Take off, hoser. Chris, you look deep in thought. You okay over there?
Yeah, I'm just checking on his question here.
Oh, okay.
Hang on. So yeah, there's two of them are the originals, I believe, on this one.
Wow, that's pretty good.
I think.
Right. Well, that's good.
Unless they're two sons from two different players.
Yeah, that could be.
Beautiful
Either-
harmonies. I really do like them. But yeah, their greatest hits is about all you need. I have one, and
Yeah.
it's called
Just America's
Now
Greatest.
Playing.
Oh yeah, yeah. There you go.
So their new album is called Halcyon Days. I don't know the fuck you pronounce that. My English isn't.
Halcyon, I guess.
There you go. There you
Right?
go.
Yeah.
They'd take a Canadian to speak English. The Welshman couldn't get it out.
Take off, you loser. That's right. All right. Me, eh? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. If you're going to go to hell, you might as well go straight to hell with the Clash. What do we need to say
Yes.
about Nothing. Fantastic. One of my all-time favorites. The band that I had a chance to see and did not see. One of my biggest regrets. I've told the story numerous times. I was a kid. They wouldn't let me go. I should have just went, said screw it, and went, but I didn't. But this album is phenomenal. I mean, London Calling is London Calling. The first one is the first one. I really like Combat Rock. Things changed a little bit after, but Straight to Hell, Should I Stay, Should I Go, Rock the Casbah, all that great stuff. Just really, really fantastic. And I've always been a great Clash fan. The fact that Mr. Strummer is no longer is a sad and unfortunate thing, because I don't know, Mark, you talked about the fact that you didn't get a lot of chance to go to any shows. Did you ever see the Clash? Was that one?
I never did, but the first Clash album I heard, of course, was London Calling.
Yeah.
But Combat Rock was the second one I ever heard. I still love that album. I was looking for that for this program. I only have it on CD, but that Straight to Hell song is great. That whole album is great. I love that album. It got some of those songs got a lot of airplay, and it kind of ruined them for people, but they're still great songs. Rock the Casbah and Should I Stay or Should I Go got a lot of airplay, and I think people got sick of them. But still, I still love those songs. I love that whole album. That Straight to Hell, though, is probably my favorite song on there.
Yeah. Well,
about military people going to these countries, fathering kids, and then coming back to America and leaving these kids with no support. Or it's a great song. I love it.
I think anybody watching this stream, and I think anybody that may watch this stream, is well familiar with the Clash. But if there's one person that watches this that we can turn on to listening to the Clash, we've done our jobs, because they get talked about a lot, and they are very much revered. but they could probably be talked about even a little bit more.
They were called The Only Band That Matters. I don't believe that, but I understand why people would say that. But I was talking to Emma from 8 Vinyl Low a couple weeks ago, and I said, Joe Strummer saved my life. Just that just gave me reason to exist. The Clash, the song we were talking about was I'm Not Down from London Calling. Just a great song to just keep you going during hard times. I love The Clash, and Combat Rock is right up there.
Yeah, agreed.
Cool. Right, guys, we're coming close to the 2-hour mark now.
Yeah.
Shall we do a fast track, kind of what people have got left? So, Mark, it is over to you, mate. What have you got left there?
I got quite a bit left, so I'll go through it real quickly.
Okay.
This is part of my What Will
mate.
Get You Into Hell. This is Iggy Pop, Lust for Life. Actually, one of my favorite albums by him, but he has a song called Some Weird Sin. I really like it. Some weird sin just to relax with. Some weird sin might get you into hell. Vincent Price, of course. This is Witchcraft and Magic. There's actually a couple parts where he teaches you how to summon the Dark Lord. So that's fun. Joe's going to have no problem with this one. Pink Floyd, The Wall. There's a song on here called Run Like Hell. And it's one of my angry songs, by the way, Chris. But it's, just when power becomes abusive. Run Like Hell. Chris, Pink Floyd. I thought I'd pull out John Prine. There's a song on here called Your Flag Decal Won't Get You Into Heaven Anymore. I'm not saying that your flag decal is going to get you into hell, but he says it's not going to get you into heaven anymore, so I pulled that out.
Sam Stone on that album is worth the price of admission alone.
Sam Stone, absolutely. If you had relatives that came back, some of my first memories are my brothers going to Vietnam and coming back. If you had that experience and a brother coming back with these just major problems, that Sam Stone thing means something to you. Violent Femmes, Hollowed Ground. There's a song on here called Country Death Song. You're probably familiar with it, but it's about this guy. His family was starving, and he didn't know what to do. He took his daughter, and he took her out and threw her into a well. I think that would get you into hell. Of course, Misfits probably doesn't take a lot of imagination to figure out what I would do with here, but Mommy, Can I Go Out and Kill Tonight? But there's a song on here called Green Hell. There's actually a sci-fi movie called Green Hell, but the Misfits. And then one of my probably my favorite industrial band, 9 Inch Nails. This is the EP Broken, and the song on here I was referencing is Help Me, I'm in Hell.
Mr. Reznor, eh? Good stuff.
Yes.
Violent Femmes, another band that doesn't get discussed a whole bunch, and actually are still doing some things. Are they not? I thought maybe not, but good stuff. Really good stuff. So,
Well done, Mark.
Thank you.
Good choices, eh? So, rock album of the year for me. It's the Pretty Reckless. This is Dear God. So, yes, and the track on here I have picked is Devil in Disguise. Have you picked it up, Joe? What do you think?
it was coming. Oh, I've been talking about this album since I heard For I Am Death forever ago. I love it. It's great. The album's very good. Which variant did you get? Did you get the Poltergeist version?
Shall we pull it up together? I've never said that to a
Yeah,
bloke before.
things that sound dirty but aren't. Okay, so we
Reminds me of a band called Circle Jerks.
yeah, Limp Biscuit. We have different variants. That's mine, and that's yours. Yeah, so similar but not. But yeah, I'll let you continue. But that was the band that I was talking about. That's opening for AC/DC that I'm very much looking forward to. So
I think this is the best album that they've made in years. Mark may enjoy this gatefold. Joe,
Yeah,
make me big,
it's a
Joe.
good gatefold.
Make me big, Joe.
yeah. Oh well. I
Anybody
think-
with a Catholic background is going to be immediately drawn to that.
Yeah, for sure. So, and that's the most clothes I think that Taylor has had
Yes.
on in a long, long time, actually. So if you look at other album covers, but yeah.
So the other one I picked, I haven't got that many left. Well, I got quite a few, but they didn't make any sense. So, it's like,
Sure.
so I had to get my favorite artist in all time, Mr. John Mayer. Continuum. And the big one off this one is Slow Dancing in a Burning Room.
Nice.
So-
Wow.
Yeah, double LP. This is on black vinyl. There's John in his early days. And obviously, I tried to get the sun in. I tried my best to try and get my favorite band in. So, here's the Stereophonics. This is Ucha.
I like the
Oh.
cover. It looks like a nice pop art look
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll show you the inside. It's like a
Oh,
Coke
awesome.
bottle kind of situation going on, but there. And the song I picked on here is Every Dog Has Its Day. So you're coming to the end of life. That's the best I could do with the Stereophonics. I went through all their albums going, I don't know where to go with this. This came on blue vinyl.
Ooh.
Very nice.
This is a good album, Joe. I think have you got this? You've got this one, right?
I do have that one. Yeah, that was actually, I think that was the first one I got because
yeah.
we started to discuss them, and then I went to look at my suppliers on what to get, and that was the first I think that I got. Yeah, yeah.
So I managed to mention the Stereophonics. Every dog has its day. You're coming to the end of your life, and you're going to hell.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, exactly. But you know what? Let's. This is a very, very, very good album. Again, you have to be into that style of music, but if you are, it's very well done. And I like their first one. Death by Rock and Roll was pretty decent as well, but you're right. Back to the first one, this is now their best work, I think, for sure. So
the pressing you've got with it, is that the indie exclusive then, Joe?
That's the indie exclusive, and they're calling that Poltergeist vinyl. So
okay,
the new studio album featuring the singles, indie record store exclusive Poltergeist vinyl. Yeah, it's good stuff. And I brought in a couple extra copies. They went the same day that they came in. So
I actually think you were pressing looks better because I got the store exclusive one, and there was quite a few on there. But I thought that looks good. And do you know when it arrives, it looks nothing like you ordered.
no, of course, that's how that works. Yeah, exactly. You mentioned somewhere along the line we mentioned Circle Jerks. Trevor has seen them numerous times.
Oh,
I
I
have a little
bet.
bit of their stuff.
Yeah.
I have a little bit of their stuff, but not as much as I should have. They're right over there because that's where the C's are.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, I don't have much left. Actually, I was kind of saving. Dear God, we should mention as well. The Pretty Reckless. Dear God is the name of the album. So if you're going to talk about hell and the
Great
devil, you gotta
XTC song too.
yeah,
Yes.
great song, great album. Actually, I like XTC because we're only making plans for Nigel along with the rest of it. Okay, I keep hassling Chris to do a female rockers edition of this gig, but he just doesn't have as many as he should. He's got 3 now, but he just have to show Taylor Momsen again. So, but if we were to do that, this artist is one that I would show, and this goes back a while. And this is Pat Benatar, back to the start. Actually,
Hell is for Children.
Hell is for Children. Great song. Really, really good song. I am a Pat Benatar fan all the way through and up to and including recently. I saw her forever ago. I know I say that. I relate a lot of stuff to the things that or the artists that I've seen because I just love going to see live music. And I think she would still be fantastic. I haven't seen any currently, or at least I haven't seeked out. That's not the right word. Anyway, some of her more recent videos. But her and Neil recently inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which means nothing other than it finally got it. They finally got it right and got around to getting her in there. But her and her husband Neil, who is her guitar player, has been all along. Just really, really good stuff. But yes, the song "Hell Is for Children," I really, really like her. And again, if we ever get to a point where you have enough, other than KT and Taylor and what's the other one? I think you have three.
I knew you were going to say Katie Tunstall. I knew it. Well, you sent me. What's that famous Canadian singer?
I don't know. Did I send you some Joni Mitchell? I can't remember if I did.
No,
or not.
it was the greatest hits. What was her name? And I said I liked her for years and years and years.
I can't remember now. I'm going to. I bought tickets to another show. Never mind. I'll talk about it later. Okay,
go on. They want to know now.
Yeah, I bought tickets to Tom Cochrane and Amanda Marshall. They're going to play together, so I'm really looking forward to that. I know that Daryl, when he watches this, will go, "That's cool. I should go to that." I got one more quick one. These guys have a new album out as well, Social Distortion.
Oh, yes,
I really like them. Chris, I know you're listening to them. You're trying to get into a little bit more. Listen to this album. Listen to White Heat, White Trash, White. What is it? White Heat, White Trash, White.
Yeah, something like that.
White Light, White Heat, White Trash. Unbelievably good. The new one's very good, Mark. I don't know if you've listened to the new album or not yet.
I haven't.
It's good. It's really good. It's straightforward. Mike Ness and Social Distortion. So you're not going to go too far. But this
right.
This is really, really good.
Consistently good.
Yeah, very much so. Somewhere between heaven and hell. But yeah, right back to the start, including their rendition of Ring of Fire is always fantastic. Speaking of Johnny Cash, that we spoke about half an hour ago, but there's your reference back to half an hour ago. So,
and they in the new album they cover Chris Isaak's "Wicked Game."
They do, yeah.
Oh, awesome! I love that song.
Yeah, it comes on because I knew that, and then the first time I listened to it, I was waiting for it to come on, and it's like, oh yeah, okay, but it's very good. There's a song called "Yesterday" on there. Phenomenal.
Beatles did a cover of that.
Yeah, they did. That's right. I have bought so many records in the last little while. I have my stack of things that are here, but you know what? What the hell? There it is. So Social Distortion, Born to Kill. Look for it at your local record store. Do not buy it off of Amazon, other than I know you have to because there's not a record store near you. You too. But that's
I won't do it. I won't do it, Joe.
Yeah, that's right. So
Jeff Bezos.
Yeah,
I like him.
Tonight, I said yesterday, it's actually tonight is the song I was thinking of. The new video is out for it. It's very good. Really, really good. Again, you have to like Social Distortion, but if you do, it is very good and very similar to earlier offerings by Social Distortion. I'll put that in the sleeve later. Okay, I'm done babbling. Sorry, Chris. Go.
No worries. So I'd like to thank my guests for this evening. Everybody's going to watch this later. We'll go through the panel real quick. Mark, what's coming up on your channel, mate?
Well, I'm going to do, probably before the end of the day, I'm going to do a review of John Young. He has a vinyl channel called Dagon Studios. I don't know if you know John, but he has a new CD out called Mysterious Human Signals. I'm going to do a review of that. I also have a plan to do 3 albums by Bruce Springsteen that I dismissed when they originally came out, and I'm going to kind of do a retake on that. And then I have a plan to do best songs from all the REM albums. Those are future plans.
Cool, mate. Cool. I've been looking forward to that Bruce and REM one, definitely.
Yeah.
Joe, you did a short this week, mate, for the shop. I was like, Joe's done a short.
Yeah, exactly. Every once in a while, I throw one out there, but Yeah, probably do something for the shop. I'm not sure about my channel for the next little bit. We'll kind of let the Rock and Roll Jeopardy play out, and people will go back and watch that and do a little bit of that, and then we'll start that up again, hopefully in September. But on holidays for the next little while, going to tour a little bit of Western Canada, so looking forward to that. We did that last year, but we're going to see some different parts. Joe and I and our brother Brad, we're going to go and get out there in the great wide open and hopefully hit some record stores along the way. There's a really great one in Medicine Hat, Alberta. It's called Pop Rocks because half the store is candy and half the store is records. So
Nice.
you're in. I mean, I'm
Hey,
in.
Joe, did you? I know I made one video for your video category in Jeopardy,
Yes.
but
yes.
Jen from Jen's Addiction said I should make an entire video category for songs that reference monsters and horror. And I was thinking of calling it Monstrous Music, and then I would do songs that reference. Would you be interested in something like that?
100%. Yeah, I didn't use those because everybody that did them were also the guys that were playing. So
Right.
I have to get 3 people that haven't done a question video.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
so,
I just thought it'd be kind of fun to do a whole category.
yeah, no, I appreciate that. I'd love that for sure. I mean, I like when Daryl wrote that whole episode. I think Curtis is working on.
I'm not ever going to write a whole episode. I don't have that kind of attention span, but I could do a whole category.
I love it. Yes, please do. So, because there's going to be a season 2, and I'm not going to screw any of it up. Yes, I will, but that's okay. So, yeah. And what about you, Christopher Mann? What's going on at the Vinyl Man?
So I done an appearance on Steve Carlson's video. Please go and check that out. Steve asked me to do a kind of an intro for him.
Yeah.
So I did that. That was a lot of fun. I'm gonna do Mark's video this week coming up now. Anger. I'm gonna call it anger management, I think. And
That pisses me right off, man.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah. I might just call it Go to Hell.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got that coming up, and I want to do a video on my Rhino collection, what I've got on High Fidelity, and that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. Joe, you said you're around next weekend, so we may do.
Yeah, we'll try and come up with something. I think one more, but yeah. Then after that, then I'm on some holidays. But yeah, I'm around next Sunday, so we should be able to do something. So
okay, I'll grab a guest. Otherwise, it's just going to be me and Joe talking to the internet.
Lord only knows. Exactly. So you know, we could just broadcast one of our conversations because they usually last not 2 hours, but anyway. Yeah. Yesterday I'm driving down the Trans-Canada Highway. We're chatting for, I don't know, 15-20 minutes or whatever, but that's good.
I'll just pull the curtain back slightly for you people on YouTube. I ring Joe quite a lot.
And vice versa. Exactly. That's good. I got no problem. There, Trevor, one more time. Speaking of Trevor, hopefully everything goes well, man. Again, we'll just know that we're thinking of you. Okay. So
if
everything
goes well, if everything goes well, we'll try and get you on next week, Trev. And go from there.
Yeah,
I'll go through my collection to see how many women I've got in my collection, and then we can go from there.
Yeah, exactly. That's fair. Just here, I have an idea. Go to a record store and buy a bunch of records.
If I was in Canada, mate, then you'd make an absolute fortune off me. But yeah,
that's right.
Thank you, Mark. I really appreciate you coming on again, mate. It's always great to have you on. You know that. You're one of my favorite people on YouTube. If anybody hasn't watched Mark, which they pretty much have because the chat's been going nuts for Mark tonight, anybody's going to watch this later, I'll put a description down below. Go and check out Joe's shop channel. Go and check out his normal channel. Go and check out Mark. He's one of the funniest people I know from the vinyl community. He's just amazing. And he does really good videos, and the information is always good, and he always gets the point. Not some of these YouTube channels where you're just talking shit for the next hour. But yes, from myself, my sidekick Joe, and from Mark, thank you for watching, and we will catch you again next week. So thanks a lot, and au revoir for now. Good night.
1, 2, 3, 4. Our extra was way too on another side. We did it cause you too much cash. That's it, that's all for this match. See ya!